at Knoxville was hindered all the next day, endeavoring to get relief for 5 colored persons who were that day imprisoned because they could not produce full evidence that they were free. Reverend Samuel G. Wright, 1842.
The Illinois Underground Railroad was a makeshift method for helping fugitive slaves. Hundreds of people at locations throughout Illinois assisted fugitive slaves in their attempt to reach freedom. Activities of Underground Railroad sympathizers involved more than helping slaves escape. Sometimes they aided freedom seekers within Illinois or even rescued free blacks from kidnappers. As early as 1816, the Rocky Fork area of Godfrey was one of the first stops in Illinois for slaves from Missouri. Rocky Fork was established by free black families who bought the land and built homes and a church. In the 1830s, a more organized Underground Railroad route was established through the African Methodist Episcopal Church. In 1842, indentured servant Susan Richardson, known as Suki, and her children fled north from Randolph County after her owner beat her son. William Hayes, a neighbor of Suki's, helped her escape. The Richardsons made it to Knox County but were arrested. Local abolitionists worked to free the family. Suki eventually lived out her remaining years in Galesburg but never saw her children again. One of Abraham Lincoln's neighbors was Underground Railroad conductor Jamison Jenkins. He helped several slaves escape through Springfield in January of 1850. The January 25, 1850 edition of the Springfield Daily Journal reported the following. A person arrived in St. Louis from Springfield, Illinois, having in custody a colored woman and her children, who were part of a group of 14 fugitive slaves. The others escaped with the exception of one who was badly wounded after a severe fight. The injured fugitive was Hempstead Thornton, who was later taken before the Illinois Supreme Court and was released because no proof could be provided that he was a slave.
If we understand that slavery is part of our system, our laws from very early on, how do you remove yourself from slavery?
Run away.
You run away.
Or escape.
Or escape. Now, what was that called when people would run away and escape and other people were trying to help them? Do you remember that?
Underground Railroad?
Hold on.
Underground Railroad?
The Underground Railroad. You're going to walk into another setting where you're simply talking over with family members about what's just and what's fair and how you can support each other, and and especially seeing some of you around siblings and things like that. That's evidence itself of that network. And that's so valuable to uphold that and to strengthen that. And that can grow to literally change the law of the land. It's really, really important.
This declared indifference, but as I must think covert real zeal for the spread of slavery, I cannot but hate. I hate it because of the monstrous injustice of slavery itself.
Abraham Lincoln, 1854.